Yeah, there we go.
That's probably.
The corner there, but.
Heat stroke.
Overused.
Press the return button.
Oh, Helen's watching us. Him up there. We've all got copies in it.
That might be the air conditioning unit.
I did that.
It's hot and cold.
We've all got an agenda, haven't we?
We've all got agendas, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you got an agenda? Show my agenda.
So we just, you've got to go for it. I would go for it. Everybody knows the fire drill and all that, don't they? So I need to read all that out again.
There it is.
Yes, anybody wants me to? Right, the first item on the agenda is the election of chairman for the ensuing year.
Jen is deputy mayor. I do feel that she should be given an opportunity to chair one of the committee meetings like I was. And so I would like to vote for Jen for the chair.
I second. Any other nominations?
Yeah, I think the majority of people are in favour of it, yeah.
Just vote on it.
Thanks, so guys.
Okay, so.
Vote from September.
Oh, can you there, Jen, do you want to come and sit here?
Sure. Am I taking over the meeting from you then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're live, but.
I'm live. Okay. I'm live, thanks.
Yeah. Hi, Julie.
Did you just do Johnson in school? It's so actually the cold, actually, I mean.
It's yours, this is yours.
Yeah.
So mine. Oh. I think it was in the.
Congratulations.
No, sorry.
Acting vice chair.
Oh. Didn't know I'm doing.
Can I have another go?
Yeah, of course.
You might probably think it's controversial because Kelly's only been on the council for a short while, but in that short while, she has certainly shown that she's got quite a lot of attitude where her thinking process is pretty good, and she's got a lot of experience in the building works and everything. I'd like to see her as deputy.
Thank you, Jim. I'll second that. I think if we're going to do it, it'd be good to have newbies doing it together.
We'll see next time.
You're seconding it. Did you say everyone else agree? You said,
I'm happy for that if people are
Yeah.
seconded.
Yeah.
So does anybody else agree?
Well, I was going to propose Paul as he's led this committee for a while. But
Kelly.
that's nothing against Kelly. I just thought he's snoozed all these roles at one time, but I don't mind. Are you happy to stand down?
Yeah.
Right, we carry on.
Less work for me, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it
Is
is.
he Mr. Ordinary Paul?
Yeah, he's not ordinary.
And I think John seconded Kelly.
I think Jen
Already
already
did
did.
it. Oh, fine.
Yeah, well, we're all in favour. So
Oh,
carry on.
Thank you.
Right, so that's that one. So the next item, 3, is to receive apologies for absence. Which is Bob. Okay. Next item to receive declarations of interest of items were included on the agenda.
I've got an allotment plot at Tumbler Hill, so AO 926.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. AO5, to adjourn the meeting to allow members of the public. We can skip that one. To AO6, to receive and agree the minutes of the Assets and Open Spaces meeting committee on the 25th of March 2026. John?
You hate to say this, but I couldn't find them again, like the other week. It's. And help me. Okay.
And normally on the website,
No, they're not.
the members area.
No. Okay.
So you go agenda May, papers May, July,
Should be finished.
Yeah,
January.
it's in the
Yeah.
out of focus.
I've been there.
Yeah,
The-
no, then not,
They're
I
not
can't see
there,
that.
yeah.
There's no April. that I
Go
can
through
see.
the-
Are you in the members area or the website?
Yeah.
No, the members area. It says member.
The members area, it's only to January.
Logged in. To the members area.
Yeah, I'm in the members area.
Did you want, I've got a paper copy.
Not in
Want to have a
the-
quick draw?
That's a bit.
For assets and open space,
It's just. I know I made a fuss about it last time.
it's only up to January.
Well, this is not right.
No, they're not.
No?
No.
Yeah, they're emailed round, aren't they, as soon as they're.
Well, they're usually put with the papers, aren't they? The meeting papers. At the head of the meeting papers, that's where I expect to see them.
Did you get them after the March meeting?
Sorry?
Did you receive them after the March meeting? Usually a week after the March meeting, we send out the draft minute.
Yeah, we got them on the 1st of April,
Where are they?
in an email. Danielle sent it.
Oh, well,
The draft minutes for assets,
that's some time ago.
1st of April,
Yeah,
last month.
probably read them. So if
But
I'm,
they're not actually-
I'm sure I read them at that time. So, it's just that usually they're put with the meeting papers, aren't they? And it's the last meeting.
Yeah, if we'd have been made aware beforehand, we could have.
If it's,
Just read all the papers, to be honest, that was. Well, I guess it's those that have.
I think I read them and I haven't got anything to raise on them.
So can we accept them all? You have read them. Are you happy with them? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
but I didn't have anything.
So,
So AO7, to report on outstanding actions not included on the agenda.
so we're just catching up with outstanding items, so we needed to get an additional quote for the tree at 4 acres. We received one, but we've not got another one as yet. Planters, we met, didn't we, to have a look around town, so that's on the agenda later.
Okay.
And the TTSR plan for the cemetery of that on hold due to these events.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Okay. AO6, to receive and consider any assets and open spaces related issues from non-member councillors at the chairman's discretion. These are on the agenda. Okay, how is it? No. Okay, This is A09 allotments.
So there's currently a waiting list, 6 people for Sholdham Lane, 6 for Tumbler Hill, and 3, don't mind which site. Some of these are still waiting for second plots. There is currently 2 which I need to hand out. Okay. It's about 8 allotments, really. Just to be going, okay.
Sorry. Right, then to discuss and consider letter regarding rats from plot holder.
Yeah, we did receive a lady who's going to give up her plot. Feels because the amount of chickens that are on all allotment sites. This is encouraging rats, so she just wanted to make you all aware that she will be giving up the end of the allotment year, September. That reason. She did suggest having one area for chicken. It's a bit difficult when you've got people that come there. Fine.
Does anybody else?
Yes. And it's like every now and then.
Yeah, not anything to speak of.
Tumble Hill, sort of around the first.
We've got quite a few on Tumble Hill. I think the issue is housekeeping. So a lot of people don't turn their compost bins or their ground feed, which is not really good if you have rats. We have had some of the allotments in the past that are cleared because people have moved on and that. So where they were hotels for rats, that's kind of dissipated a little bit. But it is kind of a lot of housekeeping is a main issue, really, especially when at the moment we've got a lot of new people coming in, especially at Tumble Hill. So they're clearing out the old stuff off of other people's allotments that's happened previously, and they're just dumping it in the car park spaces, etc.
We insist on only having because of the treadle.
Treadle, yeah, the treadle feeders.
Chickens step on it and lift the leaves.
Yes.
You can, that's a really good idea, but they also very clever and they get used to standing on it. They learn. Yeah, they do. Yeah, we had it on ours. We had a treadle feeder and they stand on it and eat from it. But I think if we maybe put something in the newsletter that goes out next time about housekeeping and feeding, and just be mindful.
Last year around this time,
Yeah.
there was all
Turning your compost bins. I know we've turned our compost bin. We don't have chickens, but we've had a dozen babies sitting in there. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a favourite
Yeah.
place. Isn't it?
And we turn ours, you know, at least 3 times a year. So,
Brilliant.
yeah. And they breed so prolifically, don't they, as well? That's the problem.
It's one of the things on the compost bins to have a hard standing to stop burrowing under.
They
Does
chew
that work?
through it. They chew through it. This is what's happening with our house at the moment. They're underneath the house because there's no foundations, but they just chew through concrete and that to shorten their teeth.
No.
So no, and we've got wire under ours to try and stop them coming up.
Yeah.
But they'll just, I mean, literally, they'll just climb in.
Mhm.
So it's sort of bird feeding, that kind of stuff that you want to try and eradicate a little bit.
A report from Scalga representative.
nothing at this point.
Report from Tumble Hill representative.
Yeah, they can report that their site was doing really well. He's got some new plot holders who are working hard and making neglected plots into good growing spaces. It's lovely to see lots of busy plots being used to grow in many different ways. Since we've kept on top of those who were not working their plots, there's been a big change. Escape apparently are doing really well. The rep hasn't seen Gary for a while, but it looks very tidy and I hear great things. Singing and laughter coming out of there. They no longer use the hose. And they use water tanks instead. That's up on site.
Nice. And the escape project. No, right, okay. Okay, on to the next item, a return town centre. Discuss and consider Buttercross 2D survey results.
So we agreed to have the 2D survey. Is that it looks pretty flat, I think, was the overall conclusion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The ground levels appear to be relatively flat, so I'm assuming very little has moved or settled over time.
Only thing I would say is, can we program in painting of the columns again, because they are getting a bit tatty. I don't know if the boys can do it sometime with it. No, it's a busy time coming up, but we can program it in some way. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Are you happy to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The loose bits, sorry,
So that's fine.
the loose bits around the bottom, are they now, I looked at it this morning, they seemed all right there, but they're all been refixed in place, have they now?
Yeah, I think we
There was a
received
couple of
quite-
loose bits, wasn't there, at the bottom?
Yeah,
I assume they're all,
The pile's all right going down into the ground. They're not rotting down in the ground, are they?
there was. Noticed anything?
It looks pretty straight looking at the data information here.
If history on that one is that those columns
timber.
were wood.
Them columns.
Yeah.
They had a concrete skin.
Turned round,
basically.
Yeah,
So if the wood rots, then all the pressure comes on the concrete, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do you do about that? It's very difficult to say.
As long as the land doesn't move, I think the column should actually withstand what's the weight on the top.
I think the biggest danger to the whole structure is the amount of heavy traffic that's going by it all the time.
Well, absolutely. I think the good thing is that we've got the roundabout that slows all of that down a little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah, just be aware of the dome and any cracks that appear underneath.
So item 10.2, to discuss and consider quotes received for circle trim planters and lamppost planters and consider invoicing businesses. Sponsor individual planters around town.
I think it's the end of May. This should all have been sorted out a month ago, so that everything could be up and running.
yeah, that won't be for this.
No,
Yeah,
exactly. It
yeah.
will be for the following, won't
Yeah.
it? Good.
Yeah.
That's fine. Didn't,
Can I mean, I like the idea of this sort of like with sort of making Swaffham a better place to drive through, more tourist for the economy, etc. I think it's a positive thing.
Yeah.
I really do. And if we push to do maybe Swaffham in blue, then that will enhance
yes.
going
Yes.
forward. But I think we also should look at sort of bringing in teams, you know, like the escape to
Oh, I
grow
agree.
stuff, men's shed to maybe make stuff, community garden, you know, those kind of people and volunteers to sort of help and maintain as well. So the actual effort isn't just on the town guys.
To Holly Landscape, who do the flowers for Downham Market and the Downham Market in Bloom. So he's available to give advice, how to tips on how to do it. But I think the in Bloom part is normally run by a community group rather than the
Yeah.
town council.
But I would also like to donate, if we to go ahead with the planter, the £50 for the Swaffham charity that we're pushing and running with this year. So to let them have a planter, because I think it's important that we support them in that way as well.
Yeah,
So I'm happy to fund that.
so the in Bloom is sort of perhaps consider it and start planning this year.
Yeah.
Put a plan in place for next year.
Excuse me, and getting your committee organised as well.
Yeah, because those months will go very quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And before you know where we are,
Danielle and I have sort of sat down and had a quick discussion about this because this works in alignment with what I'm setting up that's online at the moment and just bubbling away in the background is Swaffham Guardians, where we're going in and making untidy places better and trying to get the community involved and bring it together as a place for people to enjoy, you know, community spirit, like what we had in COVID that suddenly just disappeared when we were all released and stuff like that. So it will work in tandem with that as well. Got a few projects that are bubbling in the background with Station Street, 3 properties on Station Street. I'm speaking with the landlords and the tenants. I'm also helping with the Swaffham Guardians, the Iceni and painting indoors with that. So it's something that's, there's no judgment, there's no, and it's just going and making the town look better and doing those things that not necessarily is the council remit, but they're just missed, you know.
Just looking for the planter quote that came in late.
Yes. Just that, it would be good to have quotes for everything, really. Even this chap that, does this chap that has come from down a market, who, does he, what, he'll quote, will he?
Oh, he won't do it. He'll just,
No, quote, or,
no, he'll
assess.
just give advice.
Okay,
I think
great.
it's easy enough with what we do to take on.
I think we can learn off of Brandon as well.
yeah.
You know, Brandon is fantastic.
Didn't you also say, Nick from Holland Landscapes at England, but West Norfolk, they put out things, don't they, where we don't get that with Brecon,
Yeah.
but obviously West Norfolk is.
Yeah.
Whereas Breckland don't.
Right.
And so the up to pole baskets which clamp on rather than hang, they are £133.18 each with all the fixings. Oh, yeah. And
You've got your sheet.
that's Danielle's paid.
Oh,
that
right,
to go out
okay.
to the businesses.
Right, okay.
And hours, power plant is for the 4 at each entrance.
Yeah, but
434. It's 30.
we did start to move this on a couple of years ago, but the biggest problem we had there was highways or
Yes, it was.
the electricians who said that we should not be using
Yes, no,
standards for
that's
hanging
right.
planters on.
These are different, they clamp on.
Yeah, they're not brackets, they
They're not
take round.
They're still on their property, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah,
So they have to be notified, don't they?
yeah, you
Yeah.
can get a furniture license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about insurance for these things that just clamp on? That's all inclusive, is it?
That would be within our public library.
That would be,
Yeah.
Yes. So you have to make a decision on who would do those or
The four, you want to,
there's 4 big planters,
Yeah.
tiered ones.
for
at the
for each
entrances.
entrance, yeah.
And then we looked at 8, didn't we?
Yeah.
Clamp on whole baskets.
are you putting them this year in case they go up next year or
Yeah,
what?
they'd be ordered, so we'd be ready for
Right,
next year.
yes,
Which budget will they become?
yes.
What, hot?
Yeah, that would be next year's.
So we'd have to budget for within next year's budget.
Yeah, or they. And for big ones, with the class as capital.
Yeah.
Yes.
We find that out before
Yeah.
we actually. It's us.
It's basically anything that we haven't had before, we purchase is capital item, isn't it?
Some that last more than a year and it's paid.
We hope,
Okay.
we hope that would be the case.
Yeah. So we've got the. If we get confirmation that it's capital, are we okay to? look at
Yeah,
that?
yeah, sure.
Are you happy with the poster to go out
Yeah.
tracks?
Yeah.
Sponsorship?
Yeah. I'll drop some money into you for our checks. Yeah, no, I'm just, I'd like to get it done. Put them on there first.
To discuss and consider preparing a tender for public toilet renovation. And
Because we obviously have to break calendar, there is a time frame to do that, so we just wanted to make any of aware, so. Line is here. You have to advertise the tender and issue documents, then we have 6 weeks after that, the deadline for queries on the tender. 2 weeks after that is you need receipt of the completed tender documents. Then need to allow time to evaluate the tenders and bring them to a council meeting for agreement. But if we work out what goods we'd like to firstly tenders, I think the early probably September.
Yeah, because we'll soon be in a period where we lose August with
Yeah,
no meeting, so we would need that.
it's either September or October. Do you prefer really?
I think probably the sooner would be better so that we've got them ready for next year.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we work out from September, so the tender document should go out quite soon.
He did contact me this morning, Bob, about once we get to the agreed tender, that we have an end date for the work to be done. Because he's keen that we have to know when the job is going to be completed. If not, are we going into a period where there's a penalty for not completing work on time? Tell you might be more.
We put that in the tender, couldn't we?
Yeah, I think you'd
Works must be completed by this date.
You can have it. I mean, that's probably, it's, sort of for larger organisations.
It's part of it. I'm sure this is all part of his wanting to get the job done thing, but if it helps, you should put it in.
Yeah, there's normally a charge of something, well, generally, I would say smaller, something like a 2 to 5% charge back. Obviously, what I work in is greater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just something to consider anyway. I mean, it's a way down the line, yeah, isn't it?
Can I ask a question? Because, are we sure we know where we're going with this and what we want done? For these to put in this tender?
I think so.
I think we
You
do.
think so?
Well, no,
You don't know, so.
know
Sure,
so.
well,
The plans,
we've been
the
discussing
plans
it,
are gone
right?
in now for approval, but yeah.
I agree.
Yes, I know, but at that stage, we still wasn't sure what was going to happen exactly, were we?
But the toilet side of it was solid, it's just the six
Anyway,
views.
that's my thinking on it. And my second one, I did ask when that first reader said, is there any predicted what the overall costs, running costs are going to be for these extra toilets and extra areas of what the running costs, because we're losing the rent and we might get something, we don't know yet. A tenant in there, we don't know. We lose the amount what we got from the rent for the other, and then we're going to have higher running costs because you're going to be more toilets, there's going to be more water, there's going to be more electric, there's going to be more chemicals and everything else. It's going to be a lot higher running costs, and I would like to see what that running cost is going to be before I commit.
I think I would really. We haven't got that, have we?
Yeah, we'll go out to
I don't want to.
find out.
But yes, we go out to tender and then they come back and tell us what cost it is, isn't it? But do they tell us about
No, the tenders just for the building work.
He's talking about the actual
But have
running
we
costs
worked
after.
it out ourselves about the electricity and everything?
Did we have that in the one prior?
Yeah, we must have had those costs in the original lot.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
But it cost us 20-odd thousand a year when we had the whole of that building as a toilet. That was 20-odd thousand, wasn't that right?
Yeah.
It was costing us to run them toilets. Now, I in no way want to go back to that.
No.
To burn the cost, which I can see that creeping up to if we don't watch out. And, I think we've got to put our finger on the pulse of this, otherwise it's just going to run and run and run. And it's lovely. I agree, we do need more toilets, but at what cost? And it's one of them things. It's a nice to do, but it's not something you have to do. Yeah, and I keep harping back to this, and I'm really in two minds over it. And I think this town is going to be, it's one of the highest council tax in Breckenham, once we go in the unitary, the council tax is going to go up to meet what is in West Norfolk isn't, they're not going to come down to our level, we're going to go up to their level. So all them costs are going to be going up in the near future, and we're going to be getting a hell of a lot more costs coming our way. And we will be one of the highest council taxes within the area. Sorry, but I'm worried about it. Yourself?
Could I just ask, how are we going to pay for this? What Paul's been saying?
So the building work will
Yes.
be capital.
Yes.
Will the budget additional costs?
Yes, but how about this amount per year? That will be capital, will it?
No.
No,
Will it?
building
No.
work,
Yeah, the building work will be
Yeah.
capital.
but we budget additional
The,
costs
the
for.
running costs would be revenue.
Just out of interest, why was it so high previously?
Well, it was actually what it cost because the water was used and the electric was being used and everything else. That was what it cost.
Yeah, I mean,
At that time, we had the rates, which we don't have now, but we had rates on there, so that is one good thing. But in them days, it was 20 odd thousand a year, and I think if you look back in the records, you'll find out what it was.
Yeah, we can go look back and find out what it is.
Yeah.
Was. Perhaps do a slight forecast of what we think it could be.
Yeah. I think you're going to be. I think you're going to be increasing the amount of running costs, at least doubling it to what we're paying there. That's my prediction. So you've got to get that within those costs.
Yeah, I mean, part of the warden's wage is the two guys that we just
Yeah.
employed.
You have all,
They would be part of the running cost of the toilets.
Yeah,
They-
Yes, it would be.
Yeah,
well, you've got all these extra things within the building, haven't you?
People are asking for more toilets.
So that,
People want
the
lots of things, but they
precept
can't
goes
always
up.
have them.
the precept, you'd have to put the precept up, wouldn't
I
you?
don't know, and it depends on
On,
what budget we have.
yeah,
What things we need
exactly.
to do next
But
year.
we could put the precept up if it was a
Good.
lot of money and we needed it.
but there will be a slight difference because under the old scheme, the toilets were open many more hours per day than they will
I
be.
can't
now.
just remember what the opening times were.
Yeah, I think also-
It's inclusive of cleaning,
Yes.
which we don't have now
No,
because the
no.
town wardens take that on.
Mm.
So I think that's something that, you know.
It'll all be a cost, even if it's done within house, it's still going to be a cost.
Yeah, I understand that. Pete. I'm just saying that it's not an additional cost, and
No,
from what I see, water-wise, we're not paying out a huge amount.
And I think they'll be more efficient if we had newer ones. They'll be more efficient
Yeah.
with the water. They'll
Yeah.
use less.
They'll use this, and also the lighting will be on and off.
Yeah.
Especially if it's
PIR,
You're
LED.
going to spend money beautifying the town, and then we think, well, you can
And also
have
we
your
are-
toilets, you can make do with those. Well, that's not good enough, is it? We've got to have a good offering all round. And if people come and visit the town, they don't want to go to some crappy toilet. They want a nice toilet to go to. If they
I'm not saying we should, but there's an awful lot of councils across the country that are closing down public toilets because of the cost of them. And the vandalism and
Yeah.
everything else that's going on.
I
There's-
don't think there's any harm in doing a forecast, having a look at what we've got now and then doing a forecast. I think that's a sensible
Well,
thing.
you've got to.
Well, you've got to wait till
We
you
can
put all the quotes are in.
Yeah,
and
we
then
can
put the
still
whole
put the
thing
tender
together as a
out.
package.
Yeah.
And then see where we are.
have the forecast first and
Yeah.
decide.
I think
You weren't here when we've done the last trench of modernising them, and that was 50 odd thousand £. And it worried me, that wasn't that many years ago when that
3 years.
time. Sorry,
3 years ago.
yeah, we spent 50 odd thousand £. On them toilets.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was 2018 or 19.
Yeah.
They were changed in 2018.
18, was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't that many years ago.
Yeah.
We do have a vendor now for Sue's News. Like that will.
I've said my piece anyway, but that's my thinking on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. So. Going to bit of costings and Um, okay. To discuss and consider the purchase of additional vehicle activated sign, possible parish partnership funding opportunity.
So this was from the cousins. The, like the smiley face signs, which are £3,487 each.
How many are we looking at?
£3,487.
How much? Sorry.
£3,487.
They're cheaper.
These can be bought under the parish partnership funding, so that would be 50% towards that.
So it's about 1,500 then.
Is it like I think,
Are they the recording ones or?
no, I think they're purely just the,
Because
Visual display. I
start saying, because we did say about that. It's something. I think our other ones are recorded, aren't they?
yeah, I think one has gone in for repair, but the costs of that is like £1,200.
Yeah.
And it's very old.
Yeah.
So I think we've got two, have we?
Yeah, two in it, yeah.
Yeah, we got rid of one before, didn't we? We had to dump one before because it went wrong. So that'd probably be the second one we had to dispose of.
Yeah,
How many are we looking at having to purchase?
we've got two sites at the moment. Our rota's based on three.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have a rota where three are in town and moved around.
Oh, right, okay.
Do need one on Clive Road.
There's one on Worsted Way. I put a new bracket up the
Oh,
other
did
day.
you?
Yeah, literally, I was putting up, there's some bloke going about 50 floors. But yeah, there's one there now. I put a new bracket there and there's another bracket I've moved Lim Road going outbound. Our bracket was past the school.
Yeah.
So I said to Luke, I said, well, don't make any sense, because you're hitting a school before that, and you slow down. So I've moved it up like a BP station.
Yep.
Now, obviously, more than before you get to the school.
Yeah. Yeah, got 50% towards it, that would be handy.
Yeah, we won't get those until next year. To put the bids in normally, they close December.
Are they going to have that within the parish partnership this year? You don't know yet, do we?
No, they have been for the last.
They have,
Yeah.
but they do change it around, don't they, the criteria?
Should we put it on hold until the parish partnership funding goes out?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we do have a problem with speeding here, even through the 20 mile an hour. It's very rare that people go 20.
Did we ever get any money
Like
from
me. They do 20 miles an hour.
William Nunn because he was promising money for a couple of things, wasn't he? Out of his budget. Did we ever get that?
What's at the school?
I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was 2 or 3 projects we had, and he said that he would contribute part of his allowance or budget towards it, and I don't know whether it ever happened.
Is it gone again?
And now we've got a new county councillor, he's probably got a budget as well that he can use.
Yeah. Can I update you on that?
Yeah, please do.
That their whole thing, raise of debt through is cutting the council expenditure.
Chasing down.
Yeah, but they won't change that.
There's no liability.
No, it's not. Our highways engineer is aware. Funding was for.
It might have been used, but I can't remember, maybe it's my head, but I can't remember. It might well have been used, but I can't remember where it was. I know there was 2 or 3 things he promised.
I know our highways engineer confirmed that he had that money available for the funding.
Yeah,
So we'll double check this. If
Yeah.
it's not been spent, it's been earmarked for us.
yeah.
Remind us where these can be fixed, because there's rules in there about what
We
you
have to get our highways engineer to agree which post we can use.
yeah,
So he.
there are,
Yeah, he said yes to, yeah. The new
there's a
place-
limitation, isn't there?
Yeah, but he
Cap on traffic signs.
yes, he said the other day, I think it's where footpaths are as well. Obviously, if the post's in the middle of a footpath, they don't like them because of the height they need to be.
Yeah.
Like, so the one at Lynn Road, sort of, the post was enough in the grass that I could put it on there.
I was, sorry, I went through Hillington the other day, and they've got one of these speed cameras, but it's not a real one.
Is it not?
No, it's not a real one. It's an imitation one. And
I panicked for nothing. Like rats.
well, no, I just wondered, would that be a better option to us?
Have to check if they're legal.
Yeah, you can't put stuff online.
No.
No,
Is it
I
a
think you'd
cardboard
have to
box
get
pink
permission.
jello?
But several places I've
Could
seen
have a
do it.
cardboard policeman. I've seen those.
You could dress up as a policeman by the side of the road, John.
I think maybe sort of reinvigorating the sort of 20s plenty and the community speed watch would be
Yeah.
quite a good thing. Maybe approach the people who set it up in the beginning and see if they would do that again.
He's gone.
Yeah, Tony's moved out, but there was a whole sort of gang of them.
The only thing with the 20 is most of the time the police say they don't have to enforce.
Yeah, but when we had this 20s plenty, it sort of followed through that we had speed watch
Yeah.
in the town. And that actually slows that, but you're only allowed to go to certain areas of the town that the police have agreed because of the length of
Yeah, because
where you can do that. But having that back may just be a slight deterrent in places where we can have them.
You've got to get people to do it though.
Yeah, there is a group that does it now.
No, I think
I think they've died it down.
kind of disbanded a bit. I think the guy, because I think you were at the meeting, the original meeting, weren't you, after the house fell down?
Oh, yeah.
Decided we had-
Haysfield Day, 2022.
Yeah, and it all sort of followed from there. I think Tony was the guy that was sort of chairing it, but there was a whole sort of gaggle of people underneath that and underneath him that I know Debbie used to go out and do it sometimes, so it might be worth seeing if we can get them to start that up again. I know the lady, so I'll have a chat, see whether.
The community police officer would put down whether that's still in existence or not, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So let's move on then to AR11, public open spaces and play areas. So 11.1 to receive and consider play safety inspection reports.
So these run civically, we
Mhm.
still don't know how to do the report.
Sort of learning.
Yeah, so we have got we had a couple of incidents. That didn't aim quick. And together we've got a quote to that park, she had to be cut out.
Is that the one with the tyre?
Yeah,
Now that the tire one, is that the hurricane thing?
Hurricane Swing is wreck.
That one,
Oh, yeah,
Where
that's
did
what,
lying.
and that's,
Is that the one for near the skateboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done the quote for that.
No,
So I think I was just looking at, can we just put any old tire, not any old tire, but if I went down sort of one of the tire places and just sort of said, can I have you got an old duck?
Because that was our thought, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On Monday, we were
Yeah,
at
because it's, I've looked at it, it's just metal plates underneath, but I assume that's what it could do, it's just.
It's 3, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, for Jane.
yeah.
I do have concern with that tyre, because all the tape is missing off it and the tyre is just there. The kids can still sit on it
Well,
now.
they took the tape off of it.
Yeah, and it's, you've just got that cut through piece
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can just take it down altogether? Because
I can
I'm
have a look,
concerned
see
that
how-
probably you're,
if I can take all the chains off,
Yeah.
yeah.
see if I can get down there. Yeah, to ask this.
You have to take them all down if you get a tyre.
Yeah, yeah.
so this is the Hurricane Swing near the Slope Park.
Mhm.
There was a child, he was on the swing. But what bit the chain failed?
Where that's linked, I think sort of the chain links in to there's like a metal sort of cap bit at the top where it all links together, but the chain's right inside, so you can't really see how the chain's wearing. And obviously they'd gone to that point where one of them gave way. So I said, well, we might as well replace both, because then you know they're both, you know where you're at with both.
The cost to replace that is £500 and 52 pence.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah,
with
I'm
that?
happy.
I'm happy.
Go ahead with it.
And Charlie, you'll look at the five things separately.
Yeah, because if, tire thing should be, if I'm just, one of the tire places will let us have a tire enough. Yeah, just an old, yeah, like an old lorry tire or
I'd
something.
be glad to get rid of it because it costs them money to dispose of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if I can get that, it'll be nothing.
You
It'll just be my
would
tire.
take the other one off, Charlie, and then take that down as a template.
Yeah, that's what we've got in the office. We've put the tyre size on there, so I think that's just off a lorry, smaller lorries.
Okay. Very good, the roundabout, yeah. Yeah, 2,200. Come out of maintenance budget.
Well, personally, I think we should replace it because not having, we're not going to end up with too much on there because the other is, with the little area. So I personally think we should, we'll go for it. If you don't
Is the
think.
current one just broken or? Okay.
Yeah, top's like rotten. So literally you can just,
But that's not all that's wrong at Merryweather.
maybe the tower needs replaced.
But that all comes under the 106.
106.
But the roundabouts, like, because they mechanism underneath built in, it's almost like, look, if you lift it up, it's just like a fire pit really. And
Yeah.
so I left it,
Yeah.
put it back on the bolts, but taped it, but they obviously keep taking the tape off. But I thought, well, I can't take it off because then you've got a hole and
Yeah.
that's gonna be more problems than
What else is there beside that roundabout there?
Swings.
swings. And I think there's a little rocky in the tower. Not a lot there, but
Would we not look at the possibility of putting something slightly different on there and then we could take it out, you take it out of revenue, because then it wouldn't be exactly a replacement then, would it?
No, that's fine.
I don't know, I'm only asking a question.
Idea, Paul.
Then it could come out of revenue, couldn't it, rather than, out of capital rather than revenue?
Yes.
Yes?
Good idea.
Can I ask, what's the difference between Merryweather and us just keep replacing equipment on Merryweather and Wolford Road, but we can't replace the equipment in the car park? Yet Merryweather comes under the
So it's a
six.
tower in Merryweather, which.
Right.
When there was when there was 106 monies granted, they were usually a 10-year plan, what they do, that we had to maintain the equipment out of the money that was granted to us. Is that true or not?
Yeah. Got those people. The underrated in Merryweather, we met with brokers and agreed that those parts, we didn't have the funds to do anything anyway, so
No.
that was a way of
Yeah,
getting them
yeah,
done.
yeah.
So bearing in mind that we are 4 years down the road, is there any way that we can go back and just say, look, we need to do something that, because I've seen the bigger plans
Yeah.
for the rec and they're big, the overall change for the rec. But, just going back and saying, look, it would be reasonable, like it says in there, for us to request that we just do something in the interim.
Yeah, just point of order. That's why I put that thing about Crocus development on the order page.
Yeah, okay,
So, because this is pertinent to that,
Yeah,
what you're discussing.
okay, perfect.
If you do that, you lose the 106.
Yeah, we've already established that.
Yeah,
So if we go back to Merryweather.
Yeah.
If the tower fails, then obviously there won't be very much there that's safe.
No.
And so we really need something to go in there, don't we? So whether that's something new, as Paul has suggested, or otherwise.
Something similar but different.
But then does
Yeah.
that go against the 106? If the tower
Mm.
fails and we replace that or replace it, so does that go
That's
against the
replacement,
106?
is it?
Because it's actually in the 106.
It's not part of the 106 agreement, is it?
Yeah,
It
it
is.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I think you have to, the safest thing to do is.
Well,
replace-
should we
like-
discuss that when we get
Discuss
to
it,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because, that's why I
So,
put it there.
Right, so the roundabout, that's where we
I think my only concern with having something new in there is that we've got the bulbs that are already there and it's the cheapest option to just replace, albeit that it's not an ideal where the funding comes from overall. So if we replace like for like, then that will be perfect solution, but ultimately if we have something else, that looks different, then will we have to adjust what's underneath it to? So that's the only, I know that's kind of until you look, you don't know, but then that would incur a
What's
rate
the
of
area we
cost.
looking at?
I
It'll be
don't know
upside
if
down.
Nixon is okay still, because it's quite a few years old there.
Yeah.
Has it been taken down? No.
No, it's still used.
It's not
Is it?
failed.
Yeah. Not
It's still
failed.
used.
It's, there's boards coming up, isn't there? I think.
The tower,
Yeah, and the tower. Kids still use it.
there's been,
It's got a
done
slide.
some repairs, because one of the sides is out, so I've screwed that back in.
Do you think it lasts another 2 or 3 months? So that it could be hang on until we get the 106. Hopefully it will happen within this year.
wasn't.
The Rossborough, no, and I think the main thing is because it's got the big steel slide on it. I think that's what's holding it. That will hold it up more than anything. But the only thing's the lads the other week, when one of the boards was loose, they kept taking the ladder, stop people going up. But then the next day that's gone again. So it's almost like the only way you'd ever stop is if you've got Harris fence the whole way around the whole thing to stop them going in. But that probably would stop them going in.
No, I don't think it would.
I'm sorry, question, please.
Yeah.
So Merryweather, we're waiting for 106 money for that. Which
Just
pot is
the
that coming
power.
out? Not Crocus, that's.
Focus.
Yeah, it's the
Crocus
Crocus.
funding.
That's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a real muddle with this one
Yeah.
because everything is just
Dependent.
When the
all stagnant, isn't it?
106 is a certain amount, we were given 200,000 as a
Yeah.
rough guide.
Yes.
So whether you did replace the Merryweather out of capital money, and then the whole of the 106 is on the under eights.
Yeah.
That would probably be a better way forward, personally.
We could get some.
Obviously, if that roundabout is in this state, it's even, that's probably some of that is down to use. So the kids are obviously making good use of it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to suggest, put forward that we replace like for like and get on with it. Because I mean, we're now in a period of the summer where the kids are going to need it. We keep dragging our feet with them in another year. Yeah, then.
So.
So do you mean, look, when you say that, do you mean you're just talking about the roundabout?
Yes.
Yes.
Just the road.
Gotcha.
Just the road.
That's all.
That's got to come
Okay,
out of
yeah,
revenue then.
Talk about
Yeah, sometimes we've just got to bite the bullet on it, Paul, because we've got already one part out of action. We can't
Yeah, we can't.
afford to have two.
I think if it's a danger, then
Yeah.
that's where we have to kind of look at it really.
Exactly.
If it's an accident waiting to happen, we don't want any liability on that score, do we? Especially if you've got the tower that's a bit
It was,
iffy as well.
was it Russell?
What was the problem with it? The all council.
Well, it was all
We take
all
on
right.
the legal
It was
space
the roundabout.
and provide it for them.
No, not the
Doing
roundabout.
burden on the
Yeah, the
council.
tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's yellow on there, Rossborough. It's not it wasn't a fire.
So Merryweather,
So
so,
we got vote on that one?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've abstained. Sorry.
No, that's fine, Paul, that's fine.
You missed it with big.
Toilets.
We doing everything, have I?
No, failed it.
So, 11.4, to discuss and consider tree work quote relating to the annual tree review. Lots of trees.
So we use a different company to quote for the works on the tree report. There, I did notice at the bottom there, quote for Lynn Street car park, but that's not our tree, so we wouldn't do that work, right? So it's about £220, 2,200.
Which areas are these in? Sorry, can you just,
Yeah, so it's Orford Road,
Road place, aren't they?
the recreation grounds, St. Peter and St Paul's.
Big car park.
Leanne just said that doesn't come under our remit.
That's-
is that the removal or just the through the?
This is all the stuff I've been seeing from the tree report. Cemetery.
Is there any removals?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which ones?
there's Orford Road, Tubular Hill.
And but that, you'll get that, but I think the
And then
search.
one's in St Peter and Paul.
Can I just say, given Charlie as a person who we could find out to quote for, they're in down a market, very cheap actually at the moment,
Okay.
and they take away and they're very reliable, but I've given it to Charlie anyway.
Okay.
Doesn't that just highlight when we write these annual budgets, all these things that come along that we have no idea that we're going to be faced with each year?
Well, that's why you should have a good reserve.
Yeah.
We're going to go with this?
I don't,
Oh, this.
I think we might as well go.
Could you just try these people in the market first? No.
Is that the only quote you've got, but is it?
Well, it'd be 2,900 less. Because we
Yeah.
would be taking on Lynn Street. No, it's just looking to, oh yeah, 3,200. Yeah.
right, so that's quote then. Take that to full council.
Yeah, because otherwise we'll delay this for a long
Yeah.
time.
Did they do the survey?
No, they didn't.
Item 11.5, to discuss and consider request from the Fountain of Life to use open spaces during August for family fun days.
So there's nothing else to clash with?
They're looking to run 2 family fun days on Tuesday the 4th of August and Tuesday the 25th. We were hoping that we could use Alford Road for one and Swan's Nest for the other. The previous 2 years when they run these events, we take away those guys and things in busy event for shelves that one. And then it's next to this proposed.
Agree.
Yeah. So you think wrong with that?
They did it last year.
Yeah, they did it on the rate last year.
Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is cemetery and churchyards, AO 12. Sorry, oh, sorry, missed one. Oh, yeah, sorry, 11.6, to receive correspondence regarding Swaffham footpath.
So we've received highways. This is the footpath in between Headlands and Swan's Nest. There's a gate there. If we trace back.
Yeah, I've known it
the
was all there from the
90s.
kid, yeah, so.
So highways are trying to find out who owns that gate, because on the definitive map, it shouldn't be there, no permission has been granted.
Is it a gate that's used?
I'd have thought so, because it's at the end of the footpath.
It's not bad, is it? Looks quite good.
Yeah.
And it stops people.
That's not on the map when they wanted to move.
Why is it out?
Because it could be quite a good idea. Just coming straight onto a road.
If it's on a footpath and it's, why isn't it highways responsible? Why is it, why has it come to us?
If you look back at historic pictures, that used to be a field there, and that was the gate. That was
The old allotment field.
Yes, above.
So there is a gate located here which is not suitable for access with a pushchair or a wheelchair.
Is it?
No, no, it's a, yeah.
It's like a-
It's the
It's responsible for the footpath.
So they'll put new
Look
one up.
after the hedge, don't they?
We look after the hedge, yeah, so we-
This side.
Is that our hedge then? Or
Look
do-
after the Swan's Nest side of the hedge, the other side of the hedge is.
So will they replace it then with a suitable one that they want, or will it just come down?
That will just come down.
Well, nobody's complained about that though.
Yes.
Well, it's them,
Yeah.
only them.
We don't know whose gate it is.
Can't see why we keep getting jumped into taking responsibility for these things all the time. I can't see why we keep getting taking responsibility for these things all the time.
Well, they're asking if that's our land, and if so, they want the timeline of when we can remove the structure.
We haven't got one.
That's what that's to do.
What is the purpose of removing it?
Yes.
Is it
Stop people can't
Is
get
it
through.
because it stopped
Because they
people
get
using
there.
the
Yeah,
footpath?
that's what they said. The inquirer advises that there is a gate located here which is not suitable for access with a pushchair or a wheelchair. Having obtained land registry details, it appears that the land crossed by FP 62 is the ownership of Swaffham Town Council.
Have you looked at it?
I've not been down yet, but I've said I've got to go wait and stone.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll-
Do anything, you just remove it.
I think it's there for safety purposes.
Is the hand business gone? I don't know what to say.
Oh, but you're not on the committee, Bob.
I am on a committee, but who's the name? I'm sorry, Johnny.
Bob,
I think, I didn't swear then.
you did.
Direct, I'd like directors on the register. If, I think we should go and inspect the gate before we make any decisions.
Yes, so do I.
I don't think we should just make decisions on looking at a map. We should go down there and inspect the gate. Then
It's a-
again
it's a
back
gate.
and then,
Yeah.
and then come back in 3 months' time.
Yeah.
So both gates were there, and we went back on Google, we went on Google Earth and went back and the gates are both there.
So why is that a problem for getting?
I don't,
Oh, because of
It's not.
prams and pushchairs and.
The only bit is if I look at it, if I was gonna say, if I go and have a look, I can see if I can remove just some of the fence to stop it
That would
being
make
hit.
good sense. So you can go around the side of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have a look when I go that way,
Yeah.
I'll see what I think.
That's good. Thank you.
So are we going to defer this or we've got to leave this to Charlie to come up with the best solution?
Yeah,
We'll defer it and
yeah, I'll see
Charlie
what I can
come
do.
up with
Yeah.
a solution.
moving on.
Moving on.
Cemetery and churchyards. 12.1, to receive an update on the chapel and town hall building asset inspection visit and related works.
So Alan has finished the chapel. Very, very good. I think Helen's looking for somebody to take the spire off to repair because there's a slight leak.
Yeah, I don't think the flashings ever, but the lead flashings literally should probably have a 6-inch dip, and that's probably about 2 if you're lucky.
Does look really tidy now.
But we also thought with the spire, because it's wood, took that bit out and obviously sort of brought it down. You've then not got the maintenance side of wooden bit, because that's looking a bit ropey. You'd have to get scaffold up every time. And that's what you think that doesn't really. Thought it'd be a better idea, take that section out, drop it down.
Yeah.
Get the lead flashing down here. The leak proof on
Is that building listed?
Always told it was, and then I checked and it.
No, that's
actually
fair enough.
wasn't.
I wasn't sure.
And so Alan will be doing the windows downstairs and the gutters out the back over the next few weeks. And the carpet's being laid today.
Yeah.
So let's, to discuss and consider hiring cemetery chapel for wake service in light of domestic rate advice, non-domestic rate.
We were told historically that if you rented out chapel, that would increase the rates. So I checked with the Anglia revenues, and that won't increase the rates.
Oh,
So under debate, considering sprucing the inside up and inviting the funeral directors, saying
Yeah.
this place is available for you. So it's-
yes.
We've always said that that's available, but nobody ever, I think we had about, in the time I've been on the council, about 2 or 3 people that actually used it for
Yeah.
funerals. Very,
It
very
didn't
rare.
work.
It-
It
but
didn't work.
I think for the wake, it might be different, and perhaps they could get in touch with a cafeteria or or people that would actually want to bring stuff in.
Yeah.
Actually heating,
Yes.
it has.
Yeah.
So it's all heating, so you're looking at summer and winter. Yeah. But they really need to go out to people that are caterers, don't they? The funeral directors, so that
That's plenty.
you know, they can add it as a package.
There is one stumbling block. We removed all the furnishings that we purchased when it was renovated. There's no air in this room.
It's all right, we can work around it.
You go and work, right?
If people book in, we can run the chairs up. Talk your reports.
It's clear there, it's been cleared out, so
Yeah, I think there's a few more bits there.
Yeah, there's not a lot left in there.
I think you just put it on the books, it is available, and if anybody, you know, I honestly don't think you're going to get much take up.
No, I didn't.
Well, maybe if people kind of had their loved ones buried and then wanted some to go somewhere for a cup of tea and cakes and
Yeah.
biscuits, then that would be fine, wouldn't it?
I think it was always the
No,
case, wasn't it?
yeah.
But I don't think it was ever much taken up.
Because it was a storage container for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did have a discussion in the office a few days ago. That I like the idea of a remembrance room where there's a book of remembrance for everybody that has their funerals there, and a place that people can go and spend quite a while. And you could do that with very little furniture and a lectern.
Yes, good
Full
idea.
enough.
Yeah, that's similar to what they do at crematoriums. They all have remembrance rooms, don't they?
And at the crematoriums, they have non-religious services, don't they?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that, if people want to be buried, where can they have their non-religious? That might be.
That isn't really, that is a non-religious chapel. Yeah, that never was dedicated for anything, no.
Sake of the liquor pain,
Yeah.
that could be another.
Yeah. And I mean, if that could be open within the hours for the guys to work, and with that's something we could do that isn't going to cost a fortune, and that makes a good use of that.
Sorry, Hannah, did you want to say something?
No, I'm just saying that a lot of the funerals we get these days have got no service involved. So as you were saying, it might be something that the funeral directors can encourage the families to have, but to gathering before and after.
Yeah, before and after, that would be lovely.
Yeah. We've got actually further this idea than to a chapel's fully cleared and people can.
I
I think
think
they'll make a decision.
Yeah, start
to do it.
advertising, 'cause it's not going to take a while to get things off the ground.
I think just need liquor pain inside.
So do I. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree using it as a revenuing, stream.
Yeah.
Even if it's not much, something
I
specific.
think if we don't start it now, we never will, so.
Yeah.
Just, it's been sitting there too long.
Short cost of churches and all this sort of thing is going up and up
Lots
and
of
up.
money,
Somebody
yeah.
can get that for
Yeah,
a lot less, so I think it
With a cup of tea
might
and
be
biscuit.
more feasible now than what it was in the past.
And we've got the war graves there as well, haven't we now?
Yes.
Which is actually quite interesting. So it may well be something as a
mm,
pinpoint
yeah.
to go on the website as a historical side of Swaffham as well.
It's once letting the funeral directors know, there's the celebrants now, isn't there, who
Yes,
do non-religious service. Yeah. And I think you can find out what their names are because they're registered, aren't they?
I think you've got a good spreadsheet.
It's a good idea.
So we will agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Which moves us on to the next point, to discuss and consider internal decoration of the chapel should hiring be agreed.
Yes.
I think we're all in favour of that. Right, yes, so. 4.4, to discuss and consider purchase of new notice board at the cemetery.
Yeah.
So I'm in favour of that.
I'll tell you the truth. You ain't got any pictures of it, do you?
Perhaps the one in town near Costa.
Yeah. I think it was replacing, I think,
Doesn't
yeah.
need replacing. I thought.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Quite ornate, if I remember. It's not just a square one, is it? It's a
It's got a
filigree, as you
top,
yeah, that kind of thing.
So I think it's replacing like for like.
Or aluminium, which would be long term.
Yeah, we've got the like powder coated
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, metal, yeah, little one, you could see.
Yeah, yeah.
All in favour?
You got any costing on that now?
I can't see it, so it's
I've seen something. I'm sure I saw it when I was looking through the notes.
Notice board. List.
The attachment, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you're looking at.
give me one door.
Yeah, they do. One door.
Don't think there's much that goes in there, is there? It's just sort of rules and
rules and regulations.
yeah. So
I
Goes
checked
down
with the landscape.
Yeah, so where the barrier comes down, there's Charlie did a pedestrian. And we were going to move the notice board there, so people are standing on the pedestrian
Right.
area to look at it.
Was that a metal one or was that wood one?
There's
Need it
powder
up.
coated,
My eyes,
Classic range.
it's a metal one.
yeah, metal would be better.
Vinyl coated black brand, stock 12 colours, unlimited vinyl.
Posts don't really matter because you can get posts anywhere, can't you?
Aluminium ball finials, powder coated board posts
Yeah.
and ball finials, anti-grid 3T film applied to the surface of the header.
You don't-
Aluminium display cases, magnetic back, powder coated to stock RAL colour of your choice.
You just want the notice board yourself because you can get some posts anywhere, can't you?
yeah. I think AO is quite large. It's sort of kind of, you know, the large drawings that you have.
Yeah.
So you probably need maybe only A1.
Well, for the amount of information that people will need, why isn't too big, do
No,
No.
you don't want it sort of being imposing in where
Can I
it.
just ask Charlie a question while that's on?
Mhm.
I drove by the cemetery about 8:20 about 2 weeks ago, and the barrier was still up. Is there a timer on that?
Yeah,
Dusk till dawn.
Yeah, dust till dawn, but a couple of weeks ago, there was a
Is it
couple of,
9 o'clock, is it?
yeah,
I was just concerned it wasn't working.
there was a couple of weeks ago where something went bit, they come out, didn't they, and checked for the aerial.
Yeah, that's stuck down now.
Yeah, I think that gone the other way, so that shut itself and then would open in the morning.
Oh, right,
But
okay.
now since then,
Yeah,
that was all, they put the aerial in, that was a couple of, turn it on and off again, and then that sorted itself out. Yeah, it would, yeah.
Two way two cases.
815, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Two. Got the A1. The page up. Yeah, that one.
80.
Yeah, but on the left, it's got here freestanding top interesting others, and then it's A1 is 535.
that's more like it.
The A1 says.
Sounds good.
You'd pick it up, wouldn't it? Because you'd get about 4 8 8 4s in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I've been so 3 pages, aren't they? And then if.
Trying to work it out. My brain's gone. So A3 is 284s,
A2 is 4.
4.
O would be 8, I think.
Yeah, so it's 6, isn't it?
Doubles each time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Few times.
Yeah, 684s.
Which one's,
A1.
one is 604s, which
Yeah.
I think would be,
And at the moment, you've got, I think, 3 A4s down, haven't you, which are the rules, and then something on top of that. So A1 would be plenty for what you need.
We don't give a list of burials or anything that's coming up. We
Yeah.
used to years ago, they used to put out notes with the actual burials that are coming up within the period sort of thing. But obviously it's something we don't do now.
And
I know the church does put it in their newsletter. Don't they?
yeah, I know, yeah.
We need to move on
Yeah.
first because time is.
So what do you want to do?
Go with it.
yeah, I think A1 would be suitable.
Yeah.
And aluminium would be better because it would be long lasting.
And get some posts local from.
It's either you check price wise because wood won't last.
Looking at.
8.
price.
8.
Okay, well, can we go? We get quotes for proper posting.
Yeah, to see how much
And
you
then
can
see
get how much it is.
Yeah.
When they come with, and then see if we
Yeah.
can get. Yeah, 'cause we could get some box steel ones made up.
Okay,
I think with wood, I wouldn't go with wood, I think just be
You get concrete posts, couldn't you?
possibly get. Might be able to get concrete posts, what be able to go on there, but I don't know.
Beneath these also,
So-
okay.
okay, can we,
Oh,
Charlie, can we leave that with you? So,
yeah, it's fine.
yeah, and then we'll look at,
got post.
okay, we'll move on. 12.5 to discuss and consider reports of rats in St Peter and St Paul's churchyard.
Yeah, we did receive a letter saying that there's rats and they were under the impression that the town council paid for pest control. I think this came up last year and looking back at the minutes, we made up posters saying, please do not feed the ducks, because that was the word which was encouraging the rats. They're lots out, but they're not, we've not instructed any pest controllers to do it.
An awful lot of rabbits in there as well, isn't there?
There is rabbits, yeah.
Thought they'd all die.
No, they haven't.
No, there's a lot of them in there.
So what do we think we should do with this one then? Is it remit or?
I don't think there is.
Yeah.
What about the guy who does the park pool, North course?
Yeah, we paid, that's the only person we do use. But there are boxes out there, rat boxes,
Yeah.
bait boxes, but we haven't instructed anyone to put them down.
Oh.
Uh,
They haven't got poison.
Well, if the church has instructed them to do it.
They look
don't
old.
think the church.
Church wouldn't.
What can we get more information on? You know, it's responsible.
Those were the thorny questions.
Yeah.
For all the rats in the town, because I could say, you know, go in people's gardens and say,
When you've got what, you've got dominoes, you've got butchers,
yeah.
they're all gonna,
And I think we've got lots of building work that's happening at the moment, so
Yeah.
it's displacing
Displacing all of
them
them.
and the flooding of the, you know, the little waterways and stuff like that. It's displaced a lot of rats this year. We've had a problem down on London Street where they sort of dig in and under the house. Because we don't have foundations, 'cause we've got an old workers' cottage, so there are problems because of what's being built out the back. So I think it's probably not much you can
Like
do.
Jen said, perhaps we could find out who's responsible. With rats. We don't have rats.
So I find it'd be the same as the ducks, nobody's responsible.
Well, that would
Rat's
just,
mother.
that would leave it another couple of nights, wouldn't it? Give us a bit of respite.
If we get a quote to put 8 boxes down, you're then liable going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's.
Check to see if the sign if the feeding the ducks is gone, and if so, we could
Replace it. Yeah, okay. That'll do the easiest way to move forward now and then see if it comes up.
I'm gonna have to leave the meeting in about 10 minutes, then
Yeah.
come back, because I've got my car on the park out there, and believe me.
Me too.
I've been there nearly 2 hours, past 2 hours, I've been on that car.
Well, let's see if we can
Move on.
move on.
Yeah.
Right,
To-
8:13 to discuss and consider rots of pillows on window sills of the town hall.
Yes, so the museum came in and said that they had discovered rot, the pillars and windowsills.
Right.
And they did also give us details of the person who dealt with rot at Tapping House.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Yeah, so and get quotes.
Yeah.
Repair work with that.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for that. E14 to discuss and consider land for auction adjacent to Shoulden Lane allotments.
Not too sure this will be referred to full
Yes,
Yeah, have to be.
Yeah.
Because if we've got to get into the realms of what
Yeah.
we can't go into the financial because we're public. at the moment,
No,
are we?
no.
So,
So we'll refer that to.
Yeah.
Full councils, okay. 8015 to discuss the proposed Crocus development planning application of School Road and to note the planning consent is dated 27th February 26. This means that the long stop date for commencement of development is 26th of February 29. In particular, the implication for the play areas money.
I asked for this to be put on, it was on the agenda for the planning committee yesterday. It's a lesson we ought to learn that, you know, the chief thing that developers are out is their line profit. They won't, they'll tell you lots of lovely things that they'll do for you, but it's the time scale.
Yeah.
And we totally overlooked the time scale on that. That was 3 years ago that development was first promoted.
Yeah.
They've only just got round to having planning consent in January. That means that they've got 3 years in which to implement that planning consent.
Mm.
So in that 3 years, they could leave it right to the end of that 3 years. And that means we might not see that that money, that section 106,
Which
for
means
another
that
3
they
years.
are sat like that for
So
7
how
years.
does that play out? You know, you've got stuff waiting
I
on
don't
us.
think there's anything you can do about it. That's the rules of planning. The national
This is-
planning, you know,
Wouldn't you say
Policy.
that this is an exceptional situation and that Crocus, should be said to Crocus, could we do something else rather than that? And then we can go forward with our own ideas.
So when Crocus came to us 3 years ago and asked about what we'd like to do with section 106, it was agreed that the records desperately need doing and
Yeah,
very weathers need doing. So that is then a legal agreement between Crocus, Norfolk County Council, Breckland, not anything to do with
yeah,
us.
that's what I
now.
mean.
From Jacob has forwarded correspondence, did you see? I mean, Crocus has said that they're happy to pay the money over as soon as they possibly can. Because of the legalities of it, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
We
They're
can't
going
even
to-
come out of it now and they can do
Really
something
begging
else.
payers money, aren't they?
they can also delay that until 25% of the development has been completed.
Yeah, they can. But
Yeah.
like I say, it's a bit of an exceptional situation, isn't it?
No,
I think.
it's
so
nothing.
it could be beyond.
Well,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
not
is
stopped.
for,
So when does
Yeah,
this
how?
come in then that
Because
these
The only unusual
quotations-
bit about this is the fact that we asked them to defer and instead of having the equipment on site, to have it off site and for the 106 to be off site. Whereas if you'd had it on site, it wouldn't have made any difference because that would happen as it goes along. But because we've asked for it to be off site, you've got this complication there, haven't
Yeah.
you? You know, and
Ask
that
for it
is
to
where
be
the complication,
reversed, that's
but you've
what
got
I'm
to go along with the planning regulations and the planning rules, which is national.
Well-
And that is the national policy and you,
it can't be reversed.
no.
Well, it says here, that these quotations are pending on schedule one or such replacement plans or quotation as may be agreed between the parties acting reasonably. Surely under that,
Yes.
we can act reasonably and say, look at this, this is
Yeah.
how it's been. We are totally on board because we want to do, expand and improve the rec. But in the meantime, we need to do something reasonable
For our
with
town.
this for our town.
If you came up with an alternative,
Yes, let's come up
That's
with
what we need.
alternative.
yeah,
And at the time, now I've read some correspondence. At the time, Richard Bishop was the, and one of the ideas, which probably please you, Jill, was the money should be spent on refurbing the Lido swimming pool. But at the time, we didn't have our act together. There was no cost put to that, and no, because one of these things with the section 106, it has to be spelled out what that money is for in detail, not sort of pie in the sky thought. But we could have done that, couldn't we? I wonder if we can still do it, because that section 106 hasn't been signed yet.
yeah.
It won't be signed until they're satisfied that they're going to go ahead with the planning application.
Also, the other side of it is when we spoke to the lads at the skate park on
Yeah,
Monday,
yeah.
was that they were very good and very
Right.
explicit in what they needed. So there is a skate rail bar there that none of them use. They were talking about another half pipe going in that area and expanding the walls at both ends, because the Nelson Gate end where the railings are at the top there, that's not wide enough for them to land on. And the wall at the other end where they flip and turn around, that all needs to be moved out. That's all they've asked for
I know.
in that park area. And so for me, it's still part of the rec and but the 106 money could go towards upgrading the skate park. There's other things. Yeah, so on top of the play area, but you're looking, there's many things that we can do within the rec that falls within this remit. It's just actually agreeing something reasonable with Crocus in the meantime, which means that they don't have to cough up the money sooner rather than later. It's in their time frame that actually brings the play area into some sort of simple, we're not talking elaborate, like a park. We're just talking a couple of rockers, maybe a thing. That's not on the scale of what the plans are that we've submitted.
Sorry,
Yeah, sure.
I found that Kruger's, the people that we've had from the company have been very amicable here, but that they don't sit and back up their promises
Maybe
when
we
they're
should
not here.
invite them to come.
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was going to say, that we should invite them back and tell them the
To
dilemma that
talk to us.
we're in. And we
Yes,
need to
it is a
move on.
dilemma.
Yeah,
It is, it's bad.
Yeah. We need to get this recreation up to standard, recreation road up to standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolute disgrace to see that play area the state it's in.
yeah.
When did you want to see them?
When they can make it.
Yeah. When are we meeting next month?
July.
No, July, really.
Let's try and.
Yeah, of course. Well, we'd have to have a special one. What do you do?
Why don't we hand it back to them and say, when can you come?
Yeah.
And see if we can pay.
They hold the key to all of this.
Yes,
don't they?
And we could take them to the
Yes.
area and show
Yes,
them the dilemma
exactly.
we've got.
The dilemma.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we also have quotes and that for what we want to go on there? Because all I'm thinking is if we're ready to show them what we would like and what we want put there, then at least then we've got something to back up
Everything's-
what we're trying to do.
There's a full plan
In
in.
section 106.
So it's-
Right.
there's full, and it's all to do with what the layout is, everything we want, and it's huge and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But that doesn't solve the immediate issue
Yeah.
that we've got with the under eights, and also the fact that we could be talking another 3-4 years down the line that just sits
Yeah.
there. Whereas it does say there, such replacement plans or quotations as may be agreed between the parties acting reasonably. So, if we invite them back to the table and just say, look, this is, and, if nothing is actually signed properly, we still have the room for manoeuvre on that.
We contacted the developers that did Orford Road because we had to have something.
Yeah.
to give.
Mm.
So they kindly come out, did a survey and produced that plan for us.
Yeah.
But that's not definitive. We're still gonna have to go out to
No.
tender.
So if I-
20 past.
So if I'll nip out first, then come back and see how we do for tonight.
So we agreed then that we
Yeah.
see if we can get quotes. Round the table.
We need something to tell people what's going
Yeah.
on. Because, I mean, they won't understand.
No.
You probably didn't, did you?
No, it's been a steep learning curve, John.
Yeah.
I have to say, but I mean, the fact is that nothing is impossible, even the impossible. You know, and I think it's always good to get people around the table to talk about this,
Yeah.
especially as it says here, you know.
I hope you can try.
We can
I'm
try,
always
that's all we
skeptical
can do.
about developers,
Yeah.
having worked for them.
But
I'm very cynical.
there's no harm in trying. That's how we, you know, that's how I think about things. So,
Yeah.
okay, so that's part of that. A016 to discuss the situation regarding the swimming pool land of Turbine Way in the light of the statement from Breckland Planning Officer Simon Wood that Breckland Council would not be carrying forward any sports and leisure development of this land within the 2023 agreement. Because that money now is going to the leisure centre, isn't it? So we're talking about the 700,000.
Okay.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
it's cheaper to do that.
Yeah.
But such a lot of waste of time and money this has been, because they put plans up, they actually set plans out. And, you know, and we were really excited about, well, I wasn't personally, but the others were, and it all went through. You know, yes, we all voted for it, you know,
When was that,
And-
Jill?
that was just after COVID, so it'd been 23, wouldn't it? Or would it be in 22? Well, you'll have all the
Well, that would-
plans and everything, won't you, in the office?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was when
Yeah.
there was an agreement. Now, apparently, by that agreement, we don't own the land at the moment.
No, we don't.
Right.
Breckland knows that.
But
They have
there's
to
a-
give it back to us if they haven't done anything with it.
they have to give it back to us at the
Yeah.
end of 4 years.
Yeah.
But
The 4
is
years
it
is up.
encumbered? What I'm trying to find out, is it encumbered by the same restrictive
Happy
covenant?
thing. Yeah,
Because that makes that land practically useless.
yes, it does. At the
And,
moment.
and we
It
paid
depends.
£70,000 for it.
Was it, or 50 or, I thought it was
And-
70.
Sorry?
I thought it was 70, but.
70,
obviously it's got to
yeah.
70.
I
Yeah.
I thought it was
Not- not
85,
allowed,
but
isn't it?
there was,
Yes.
there was a 30, there was two tranches of it. Any case, that was back in 2008. We paid £70,000 for it with these restrictive covenants and without a detail of how we would get access into the land. We had access, but that could be a tractor, you know, because it's agricultural land. The point was that that wasn't thought through carefully enough. Who in 2008 encouraged us to buy that land for the purpose of putting the leisure centre up there? And I got a feeling it's probably Breckland Council egging us on.
Breckland. Well, it was definitely Breckland after the business with the Green Britain.
Completely wrong there.
What,
Completely.
2000, what happened in 2008, Paul? You tell us,
We,
because I
the
don't know
swimming
whether I was
pool
even. on it
committee,
then.
as you was on, wanted it somewhere, and we looked all over the town for pieces of land.
Oh, no, I wasn't on, actually. That was
Well,
way before
anyway.
I came even on.
The town was looking for land, because there was a big
Yeah.
push for a swimming pool at that time. And the council looked at all different areas around the town for land. And this one was the one that come up in the end. There was 2 or 3 options. This was one that come up, and the town council decided that was what they went for. Now, they paid a ridiculous amount of money for it in the first place, and that we all know that. But that was the thing. And it never ever did take off, because there was possible, Breckland did come up with a rough drawing of a leisure centre on there, but they never had the funding for it, so it never ever went through.
It's about
Yeah.
3 million.
The land that there is sitting there, my view is, you sit on it, because sooner or later, that area is going, and you get another group like paddlers come along,
Yes.
and want to develop that site. And once when that happens, that makes it our bit of land. Like at the moment, I doubt if you'd get £20,000 for it. You know, as it stands at the moment, if you could sell it, because that, and I think you could easily, and I don't think you'd have a lot of problem. It's going to the council and saying, or the planning people and saying, look, this land is never ever going to be used for leisure. We want that covenant
Yeah.
dropped. And I think, yeah, you could do that. And I don't think there'd be too much problem in getting that covenant dropped at a later stage. But you don't want to do that until there's some other plan in mind for it. But my view is you sit on it.
Yeah, I agree.
You sit on that land and wait until something happens nearby or next door to it. There's the other side as well, because you've got that bit what Padley's was going to develop, which all fell through. But you've got the other side of it off the West Acre Road side, which could, we don't know what could happen there in the near future. So really, my view is you just sit on it and let's just ignore it. That there was talk about that farmer. He tried to use it illegally because it wasn't his land to use. And he tried to grow some crops on there, and we chucked him off in the end, didn't we? Because he was doing it without any permission. We offered it to him on a rental for the time being. If he wants to come along and in the meantime use it on a temporary basis for grow some crops on, I think we wouldn't be object to that. I don't think, but at the moment, my view is sit on it.
I agree.
There's little else we can do about it, but you won't, the covenant is not with the, it's not anything to do with planning. The covenant is with the next door landowner over whose land you've got to go to get.
No, you're
it's
wrong,
with-
John.
I'm not wrong, Paul. I've read the papers. It's with the original landowner who sold the land, ALIH Farms Limited, who now have been taken over by Demerck. They sold us that bit of land and they put those covenants on it. Now they still hold those covenants, and those covenants will persist as long as they think they can get that land back for nothing or next to.
If we want to sell that land, we have to offer it back to.
We have to offer it to them in the
Yeah.
first instance.
Yeah.
And how much will they offer it to us?
Brand, I think.
And we won't be able to get to it. That's the other point.
So we
We
leave
can't,
it.
no one can get to that land.
But at the moment, we need to make sure that it's back to us and not to Breckland, don't we? Do we?
It belongs to Breckland at the moment.
Yes, exactly.
No, it doesn't belong to them. They've got an option on it.
No, it belongs to them.
We don't.
It belongs to them. We sold it to them for
It
We
belongs to
didn't
them.
sell it
for
to
4
them.
years. We've got
We
preemption
didn't
at the
sell it
end of
to them.
4
We
years.
said in 4 years' time, if it isn't built, then
We have a preemption. At the end of 4 years, if they
So
haven't,
hold on, who owns this land?
at the moment, they, Breckland own it.
Oh, they
At
don't,
the end of
John.
4
Sorry,
years.
they don't own it.
Sorry, Paul,
Well,
sorry, Paul.
should we check
Yeah.
legally?
Yeah, I
whether
think
they
we
own
need
it?
to.
Because it's just that they might own it and they might not.
They had an option on it to.
Yes,
The
but as
later
long
on
as
it,
that
but that's
option has been,
PR1, right? It says here, land off Turbine Way, Swaffham Town Council transferee,
transferred
Breckland
it to
District
them.
Council.
Yeah.
2003,
yeah,
right? That's
2000.
when we,
That
2000.
relates, that pit pad you're looking at, John, relates to when they wanted to swap it for the Green Britain Centre.
no,
Yes.
no, that was, they wanted to swap,
What
they
is that?
wanted,
2000.
they wanted Days Field.
Yeah, we just need to get clarification on this,
Yes.
and then
That's all.
we can come back to the next meeting and actually then
Absolutely.
work out what we're going to do. No,
Yeah.
there's no
We've
one
got
wrong opinion,
£7,000
but I think,
invested in
Yeah.
a worthless site.
Yeah.
70,000 rather.
which is a lot. of
Yes.
money.
And still paying the interest still paying off the loan, by
Right.
the way, for another 10 years. I mean, how do you explain that to the council
Sorry, I
taxpayers?
wasn't there. Sorry, Bob,
Well, I think we should find it who owns it first.
Yes, so do I.
and get with that.
Let's do that.
It's
first.
with Leanne to get a clarification on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
get
let's move on
clarity.
swiftly then. AO 17 to discuss the future of the former Sacred Heart swimming pool.
It's up first.
I'll put it on there because we've got to do something about that.
Well, yeah,
You can't keep
We
kicking
can't
it
keep
down.
kicking it down.
I think we should bring the swimming pool back to life. The town's choice,
So do I.
you know, the town, the people like that.
I-
So we should turn it into a money-making opportunity. We should refurbish the swimming pool. We can use who was that fellow who was in Brecon? Who said we can't have a leisure centre?
Rob. Yeah, well, no, he was sat here about the money.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
About
not
money, and I asked Rob about the swimming pool,
And he said,
and
give
he
us a hand.
said there is no way we're going to get a swimming pool.
No, what about, but he said he'd help us refurbish.
Yeah, but what he
Existing.
said was, when I said about community, well, he says, well, he would be on board with
Yeah,
that.
so, you know.
So that, but him personally, yeah, no. But him personally, he would be, yeah.
So
With
if
us,
we look
yeah.
into, if we look into funding, if we can get funding from various places,
Yes, and it is a charity,
there's a charity there.
so you do get funding.
For the swimming pool,
Hello, yes.
there's a swimming pool charity.
What we need,
Well, it wouldn't be a charity.
It's a swimming pool. Yeah.
what we need first of all though, is to find out how much it's going to cost to bring that up to scratch
bring
so
it
it
back
can
to
be
life, yeah.
reused.
There's,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
We do
money in
need-
running a pool. We know that. You know, you're not going to make huge amounts of profit.
No,
It'll
it's-
be enough
that's
to maintain it.
It'd be a community asset.
agree. That
But we need to
Well, I
find out
suggest you
how
look
much.
into the swimming pool committee, find out what they've got, what they've found out as a charity, and have a group to try and revive it from the council. We don't want any, you know, we've got people from outside who always want this thing, but it's, if the council don't agree, that's it. So,
No, and I was on breakfast because years ago and we looked at the cost and that was costing them hundreds of thousands of pounds to run Deer and Thetford swimming pool. Now, swimming pools across the country never make a profit.
no, they don't.
They don't make a profit and they make huge losses. Now, this one, I know it's only a small one, but you're going to get, it's never ever going to make money. You're going to, then to get that up and running, you've got all the I forget the quotes we had to get the facilities like the power and that sort of thing and water to run onto the site. It was in the hundreds of thousands of pounds just to get that on there in the first place. Yeah, my view is forget it. You know, it's never going. It was offered to the swimming pool group or whatever they want to call themselves for nothing. To give it to them on a peppercorn for 100 years or whatever they wanted it for. Give it to them and let them sort it out. If they want to do it, fair enough. But this council, I can't see would benefit from anything like it. It's never ever going to be profitable. It's not going to be a proper like community swimming pool. You could have a family in there at a time. That'd be about it if you were lucky. And you know, what can you charge? You can't charge hundreds of pounds, which would probably be the cost of it. But I'm 199% against it.
Well,
And in my view, the only thing you do with that land is fill that in and make it into like a garden or something like that. And that would be my,
A memorial garden maybe, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
This isn't, I mean, this isn't my idea, but I think it's a good idea and I'm not going to take credit for it. But the other suggestion that came up last week was a splash park.
yeah, unfortunately, we looked in splash parks. Anyway,
Well, they are being used and actually people are
I
going to
know.
Norfolk Woods to use their splash park
Yeah.
from Swaffham.
well, but that
So-
could also be looked at,
Yeah.
couldn't it? But I do think that, you know, a group of people should just look at it instead of just discussing it. And I know that you're always against it, but, and that's.
against the cost of
fine.
it, Jim.
Of
I'm
course
not
you
against the
are.
swimming pool
Of
per
course
se,
you
I'm
are.
against the cost of
But
it.
that's fine.
We have to find out what the cost is.
Yeah, find out.
We knew before what
Yeah.
the cost of it
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got to spend money.
Do for you,
Most of that money that we were quoted was for the services,
Yeah.
the gas,
yeah.
the removal of the
Yeah.
electricity from the rest of the old school.
Yeah.
building.
That pool's been empty now, what, 10, 15 years?
Well, no, ever since
For the water.
the barn, which was 5 years ago. 4 years ago.
Well, yeah, but it was empty. It wasn't used by the convent for several years before that. And then
Okay, can we have one at a time? Because everyone's talking over one
Yeah,
another.
the clerk has just reminded me of on the stairs that standard orders say these committees cannot go on more than 2 hours.
Go.
That's it. I think.
So
Yes,
they-
I took my cards.
We
And
are
I
going
just-
now or up to 2 hours at the half past mark.
Yeah.
the thing with it, is that I can't obviously see where it's going to, and where you're going to get the use from it.
Well,
I think,
Yeah.
what it's going to cost you, and I've said this before, what it's going to cost you, you'd be better off buying a bus and shipping people backwards and forwards to Deer or
We looked
Bedford
at that as
every
well.
day. I said this before, and it'd be cheaper in the long run to this council to do that than it would be to try and do that up.
I appreciate what you're saying, Paul, but in the interest of time,
Yeah.
we need to make a decision as to whether or not you want to go back to the swimming pool committee
We had
to have that discussion.
Well,
Because
yeah.
this obviously is, well, it's not,
I think we've had discussion. What's always been missing is how much it's going to
no,
cost.
that's what I was just
to
going to
put
say.
it- And the swimming pool
I don't
committee have
think you
never
were
come up
listening
with that
half the
sum.
time. You had
So we've
quite
got
a
to,
lot of opposition.
we've got to do it. It's the only thing we.
Go on, Bob.
We need to find out how much it would cost to refurbish. the
Yes.
Thank you, Bob.
So,
Which
well,
is-
I think that's all we need to do. And then we could look at funding and.
Exactly.
Forget the swimming
Yeah.
pool there.
Exactly.
Okay, they're not interested.
Okay,
So all I'm saying is, that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just,
If there's too much, we kick it down the road. If we can get funding for that, areas, we'll have a problem.
that's
So
it. And
I
then you can
think
think
the
of something
point
else to
is-
do.
How much is it going to cost? We need to find that out.
no,
So
no.
can we do that, Leanne?
By the end of this meeting.
Yeah.
We need a surveyor in there with the expertise to tell us how much it's going to cost.
Okay, so, yeah,
I would like to add to that, that we asked what the running costs are going to be as well, if it was.
That's all involved.
okay, so the point of order is someone willing to cost this? Along with, and who's going to take that responsibility? You, Bob?
I don't mind, doing it.
Oh, good.
Okay. So we'll leave that with you, Bob, to get the ball rolling and
Yeah,
then,
I'll get some people in there.
yeah, okay, great.
I'll get some people in.
Point of order.
Okay.
A18, A018, email regarding no mow May. Oh, we're now in June.
Yeah, I know this is a bit late, but for you to consider. However, I'd just like to
I
point,
don't think we've mowed, anyone's mowed in there, have they?
No, not necessarily. It depends on.
Yeah, we're still mowing, yeah.
I-
some areas it's not practical. Like the wreck,
Yeah.
leave that for a month is,
I think over everywhere, but that's a different matter. I think
So
reduce the number of cuts a year, but
my thought is May is almost over. And so is this something that we're willing to adopt from next year? Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
I just think it will, that gets too long, doesn't mess up.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we could talk to Will about what he needs to do, but in some areas,
Yeah.
you just dedicate that no mow May.
First, do you look at having bigger wildflower areas in?
Yeah, yeah,
But that's not, I wouldn't have it as no mow May.
no,
Do you look
we
at-
do need more wildflower
That's
wild
maybe,
areas.
instead of having no mow
Yeah.
May, I'd just go and having
If you don't-
actual areas which.
For
Get
wild-
lots of wildflowers.
Yeah, yeah.
Daisies and-
Yeah, and then you try and then come back and
Yeah.
then you don't know what your weather's gonna do. So if you end up having like
I was-
a reasonably warm, or mild, but
Yeah.
wet May next year, come June, you're then fighting
Yeah.
grass
Okay.
which is up there.
So we
Exactly.
are probably gonna go down the way of having wilding areas.
I think that's, to me, that's what.
That's a better
Yeah,
idea.
I think, yeah.
I think it's sensible to do that, and also for, say, Swaffham in Bloom, if we push
Yeah.
and move forward with that,
Yeah.
that's something that
Yeah.
the judges really are keen on. And I think also we should be looking at the suds that they have in housing estates now, where the water goes into a flower bed area and is actually used to water those flower beds rather than
Yeah.
just curbing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay then. That's a consideration. Okay. Finally, to agree the date for the next meeting, which is Wednesday, the 29th of July, 2026 at 12:30 PM, to be held here. In favour?
Yes.
Thank you, Leanne.
Just to be careful because the carpet layer is now in the lobby
All right.
and I nearly walked in his glue. So- We got a picture of that. Don't make it look
I
quite
did, yeah, just about made it in time for the bar.
like the idea of the fines. I mean, when it's given up in time, they're probably with the departments.
I can't see it straight.
Yeah, I'm not going into that.
Oh.